This sickening race baiting by the left, by the media, by the sports media, by sports figures, by Democrats. It's just nauseating, absolutely nauseating. And so Katie Pavlich over there at Town Hall, she pulled together a montage of Democrats talking about monkeying around or things of that sort, using the word monkey. Which now okay. Anyway, let's hit it. Cut 3, go.
It's not as if it's just Republicans who have monkeyed around with elections in the past. Sometimes
wait a minute, is that Obama? Wow. Monkeyed around with elections. Obama. He's not a self-hater, is he? Go ahead.
It's not as if it's just Republicans who have monkeyed around with elections in the past. Sometimes Democrats have too.
If you do it in constant dollars, so there's no monkeying around with numbers here.
Nobody here of any party has until 2011 monkeyed around with that problem.
Jay Carney.
Risk associated with monkeying around with the debt limit.
Josh Earnest.
The Health and Human Services Department has been monkeying around with the website.
Senator Angus King.
Republican colleagues, even in their tax bill, cause premiums to go up by monkeying around with health.
Chuck Schumer.
They're not going to monkey around with government shutdowns.
That they would draw
Mike
the line
McCarry.
in Kosovo before he left and told Mr. Milosevic in no uncertain terms, don't monkey around with this one.
John Kerry.
It was all right to monkey around with Columbus Day,
Robert Byrd.
and even the birthday of the father of our country.
In the back of the solicitation, have the opportunity, have the ability to monkey around with
Bernie
interest
Sanders.
rates.
What may have been avoided was
Adam
a
Schiff.
further escalation of the interference in the form of trying to monkey around on Election Day or thereafter.
Wanted to say CNBC is no longer available to XYZ, DirecTV, to use an example. That's against the law, and if we wanted to monkey around.
Comcast, Brian Roberts, huge Democrat donor. Obama, Durbin, Carney, Ernest, King, Schumer, McCurry, Kerry, Byrd, Sanders, Schiff, and so forth. Such a phony issue. But they're not done. We have Simone Sanders, leftist. Chris Cuomo, leftist. Donna Edwards, leftist. Yamiche whatever, leftist. Rick Tyler, nutjob. John Berman, Jonathan Capehart, Chris Hayes, Don Lemon, montage from CNN and MSNBC. Whoa. You can focus on the word monkey, but now you need to focus on the word articulate, you see, because that clearly is a racist word. Cut 1, go.
DeSantis also referred to Mayor Gillum as articulate. And articulate.
All right, stop. I'll refer to him as inarticulate. Is that better, Mr. Producer? Inarticulate, because he's not that articulate. So he's inarticulate. Is that okay? Truth to power. Go ahead.
Thing that, frankly, some white people use to talk about black people because they do not expect them to be able to speak well.
By the way, calling an African-American male articulate is also something that sounds a little bit like code to people.
And he chose those words, the word articulate. I mean, I know, Michael, you and I, we're so tired of being described as articulate, okay?
So the fact that you would call him articulate and say that he was performing well is, of course, in itself racially charged.
Well, Mika, there's no question that the juxtaposed articulate and monkeyed up, whatever that's supposed to mean, was maniacally stupid.
He also went out of his way to say that Gillum isn't an articulate spokesman, another word that is sometimes used.
Ask any of your black friends if they like to be called articulate in any context, and I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them will say they really can't stand it.
And in Florida, Republican Ron DeSantis accused of racism for calling his African-American opponent articulate.
Articulate, yeah, popular slur disguised as a compliment. Articulate, as if it's surprising when a person of color.
Shut up, all of you idiots. White, black, brown, left-wing kooks. Articulate. So if there's a young man and he's articulate and he happens to be African American, you can't call him articulate? How many times have I heard people or had people on this show, many of whom are not African Americans, Mr. Producer, and I call them articulate? Okay, he's inarticulate. Is that better? And by the way, I don't think he's particularly articulate. That's right. I don't. But of course, Joe Biden. We can remember the word articulate as he applied it to Obama. Joe Biden is obviously a well-known racist. Cut 2, go.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy.
There you go. There you go. There you go. At least 5 racist words in there, according to the left. Then there's Michael Steele. This guy is a whack job. Absolute whack job. The former chairman of the RNC over at MSNBC. He's a puppet. He's a puppet now over at MSNBC. He doesn't think for himself. Plays right into the line with Chuck Todd. Cut 4, go.
Why didn't DeSantis get the benefit of the doubt?
The assumption was that that he didn't misspeak, that it was 100% a racial dog whistle. Is it because he's connected to Trump? He didn't get the benefit of the doubt from many people, including Fox News.
Because he's connected to Trump. It's because it's how white folks talk about black men who are successful.
You know, that you're so unbelievable. You've come full circle ideologically. It's how white folks talk about black men who are successful? Are you out of your mind? Go ahead.
I heard that he's articulate, he performs well, you know, he's checking off those boxes.
So when DeSantis was standing there, just show you how sick this comment is. After his successful primary bid, he's checking off the racist boxes. You are a disgrace, Michael Steele. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you won't. You won't be ashamed of yourself. You've turned a corner. You're over on the left. That's okay. Now you're out of the closet for everybody to see. Former great RNC chairman. Go ahead.
Why do you have to describe him that way? You know,
what makes him articulate?
Yeah, what makes him articulate? Chuck, you are an
I said he's not articulate. I felt he's inarticulate. The way he was talking, rambling on about socialism, rambling on about Medicare, rambling on about ICE and so forth. I don't find him articulate. I don't find many people on the left articulate. Nancy Pelosi, she could barely spit out 3 words in a row without her teeth chattering away. Schumer, inarticulate. There you have it. He's inarticulate. Go ahead.
I mean, you know, you perform well. Now, that says one thing.
He said performed well at the debate. There were a number of people at the debate. He said he performed well. What do you think he meant, Steele? So you can't say somebody performed well at a debate? You can't say they're very articulate? You can't say don't monkey around and screw us up with socialism? Every single word evinces racism? These people are nuts. And there's Chuck Todd, stirring the pot, prodding it on. He knows where Michael Steele, he knows where he stands now. Go ahead.
Doesn't happen to a lot of white candidates.
Doesn't happen to a lot of white candidates. But here's the rub. Who uses the term monkey things up? I mean, to be honest, I know about a monkey wrench. I heard of don't monkey around, but I've never heard that term used. That
so you're not giving the benefit of doubt.
No, I'm not, because that
outrageous, outrageous, Michael Steele. You're accusing somebody to be a racist. I bet you don't even know the man. Monkey things up, monkey around, same damn thing. Okay, so he should have said monkey around. That would have satisfied you still? No. Then you would have gone to the word articulate or the word successful. People are finding racism where racism doesn't exist. They are doing it purposely. They are undermining the unity that people have in this country, a diverse nation which is mostly united. These are very, very diabolical forces as far as I'm concerned. That's right. You want to hear a real Steele? Listen to Shelby Steele. Forget about this Michael Steele. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.